Hello, or dealing with it tubers. And welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Renaissance with me, BlueAnkylo. No time skip between episodes today, just continuing from where we left off, ready to go to Ordeals with our relatively classic party, except for all the cool Renaissance stuff. Which hopefully we'll get to show off today as we get promoted. Today's music is brought to you again by Overclock Remix. I know we're offset, it's the 4th episode, but we're doing FF5, as you might put together. The album title this time is The Fabled Warriors. Wind and Water are the two albums, so it's pretty good. Let's go. Ordeals, I don't expect to be hugely difficult, but you never know. I didn't expect Ice Cave to be hugely difficult for our group either, but it was. Argoyle, that's a no-goyle. Nope goyles, really. Alright, you know what, let's just try this again. Forget that happened. If everyone's going to take 200 damage, and we can't escape, and then die next turn. We're not very far into the dungeon, let's just restart. Good one. That's 1 on the counter for 1 for the monsters. This should be okay. We'll just run, though. Well, I'll throw a damage spell out just in case, but... no problem. Alright, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. No need to go to that room. That's a preemptive strike, thankfully, because 7 Argoyles is 7 too many. Mummies, not the worst. Probably won't kill the Wiz Mummy, but maybe? Nice! Normally Fire Tube probably wouldn't, but with the boosted intelligence, nice. 200 damage. Nightmare, you know, not spelled correctly. I guess I should re-equip the Ice Sword for Tella, technically. The Ice Sword would do more damage here for sure. Flame Sword is like... honestly, I think you get +4 damage against fire, regeneration, and undead. Which, assuming that's correct, isn't much better. But maybe even less. We're going to need 3 level ups, but eventually we'll get 3 swings with the Ice Sword, so that's good. Also, hey, a heal stick. Now you might be thinking, hey, that's great for the White Mage. It's really better on someone else than the White Mage. Although, interestingly, I think what they should do is have the heal staff, if equipped by, you know, a White Mage, maybe boost the effectivity of healing spells would be nice. Take some FF5 mechanics again. They've done some of that with the Geomancy. There's the gold Cheerio. I think that's 10 extra absorb, and Sabin is getting smashed. So maybe it's better for him. We'll be buying a bunch of those soon enough. Zeus's Gauntlet. So similarly, the healing staff I gave to the Black Mage, I'm actually going to give the damage item, first offensive casting item, to the White Mage. That way she can help. And a couple zombie Ds, probably just burn them down. Yeah, let's just burn them down. That's what I should have done against the Lich. Okay, fire 3. That's a little bit more damage than in normal. 338. Ooh, that feels pretty good. In vanilla, max damage 200 normally. If weak, 300? Pretty rare to get 300 damage on a fire 3. Technically possible. Yeah, that would be the range. It's 50 to 200 plus 50% for weakness. So the fact that we just casually rolled over 300 there, pretty awesome. On New Game Plus, so this is one of the tricks is, I think if you're doing New Game Plus, the basic sweeper spells are not very good because the enemies all have like double or more of the health. And I don't think you're going to get scaling enough magic damage to really one-shot things. But your melee damage can still scale high enough. So I feel like New Game Plus probably favors martials and some more of the support buffing spells in general. Maybe the Red Mage's status effects, because I don't think New Game Plus affects resistances or anything like that. But yeah, the best time for a Black Mage, probably normal mode. Maybe the same thing for like Geomancer and stuff like that. Okay, well, let's go get promoted, of course. Unlike the randomizer, where the black belt often goes from 4 magic defense per level to 1 after promotion, which I believe was true in the NES version as well, but may have been a bug. I'm pretty confident that in the Renaissance, the monk does not lose his magic defense growth. So in the vanilla game, you might want to never promote a monk. Unfortunately, everyone gets promoted at the same time, but you might grind him to 50 or at least higher than the team so that he promotes and has lots of magic defense while the rest of the team is dead or something. You know? Anyway, I don't think that matters to us. So hey, we look all buff now. The black belt looks very buff. Red mage just has a bigger hat, longer hair. White mage took off her hat. She's got that nice red hair. Black wizard. I like the little shoulder pads. You know, it makes them look a little bit more official. Good old sprites. NES, you know, they did the best they could, right? They did the best they could. So, side sprites are probably a little bit more defined anyway. New skills. So, yeah, lots of stuff to cover here. First up, we can counter now. Now, that's another reason to have Sabin in the top spot. He gets hit more often, he counters more often. I don't think it's especially strong in terms of damage, but it's better than nothing. Punching stays the same, but now he starts with a key point and can go up to 3. So you can always use a combo at the beginning of combat, or boost to max and chakra combo or something like that. Alternatively, you can use Ki Blast, which is, in theory, a powerful AoE. Kind of like Aura Blast, except multi-target, maybe? It does say it scales on Vitality and having 3 charges. So, keep in mind, you know, he's got good Vitality growth, so should scale pretty quick. We'll see. And we can use it with level 1 Ki at the beginning of battle. That might be worth it. Generally, boosting on a second turn to do an AoE is not great. He can probably just kill something with punching every turn, or comboing multiple things, potentially. But, you know, cool. Limit Break is just a very powerful punch. Okay, nothing exciting, but I guess that's what monks do. And I think that's it. So, an upgrade, but nothing. Well, I'd say the biggest upgrade is actually just starting with a key point. Just so you can combo immediately. But we'll see how Ki Blast goes. Also, technically speaking, some new weapons might be equipable for some classes. But I don't think... Well, we can equip the Zeus's Glove. But I don't think we could equip the fire and ice armor on a red wizard. I'm pretty sure that's a no. No knight armor at all. Like, silver armor is the best armor, but then you go bracelets, right? So I think that's all. And also you can learn higher level spells, so that's a change as well. So, skills for Red Mage, new to me, Convert. Swaps all available charges between 2 users' magic levels. So you turn level 1 slots into level 8 slots? Or whatever. Interesting. Only for yourself? I assume only for yourself. As long as they don't disappear at the end of combat. We'll have to test it out. That seems neat. Restored limits. So he's got a limit that gives someone else another limit. We'll have to see if anyone has a really good one. That would work really good with the Geomancer. Like, the Geomancer limit was absolutely insane. Time Mage was also kind of insane. So having a red wizard just reset other people's limits could be pretty powerful. Nothing else has changed. Okay, so it's higher level spells, an interesting limit, and a weird conversion. Interesting. Not bad, just different. We now have re-raise for the white wizard. Single target, last the battle. And they come back with a quarter HP. I think that's pretty strong. Definitely takes some time to set up. But there's nothing stopping you putting that on the whole group during a long fight. Yeah, if everyone's at full health, might as well just put this on people. If you're worried. That would also be a way to get around insta-death mages if you get a turn. But it's probably more for bosses and big hits like nukes and stuff. Limit break, benediction, full HP to everybody. Yeah, that's very Aerith. She's got a Final Fantasy VII limit that does something like this. She also has one that makes you invincible for a while. And one that does that and heals you to full, I think, here level 4, if I remember correctly. Okay. Not a lot of new features, but a limit is fun and re-raise is good, I think. What about Black Wiz? We get Elemental Seal. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this the first run I did. Because you basically do nothing so that your next spell is stronger. It does say spell can't be resisted and elementals will deal max. So, like, that's cool, and I guess it's still better than the summoner, because the summoner always has to wait a turn to do damage. This lets you take your already decent spells and, like, overcharge them. So it's, like, spell slot efficient. You know, if you only have one slot, and this is not enough to kill everything, then you can charge it up. Probably better on New Game Plus, but even then, that still takes a turn. Probably doesn't combo with Bluff either. Well, you could Elemental Seal, Bluff, and then cast, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Mana Font. Cast your spells consume no charges for 3 turns. Still, the problem is you do nothing for a turn, and all you're doing is saving spell slots. Like, sure, you could do this and then nuke 3 times for free, but I'd generally rather nuke and pay the spell slot, I think. Yeah, generally speaking, skills that do nothing but set you up for later, not that exciting for me, so neither of these seem amazing. I think the general traits are what really makes the Black Mage good. I think Bluff is okay, depending on your party. And my initial reaction is Elemental Seal and Mana Font pretty weak. But that's okay, because we're still going to be crushing things anyway. And I will try to give these things an honest chance, don't worry. Just because my initial impression is garbage doesn't mean I won't use it. Let's get some loot. There's definitely some money on these islands. Theoretically, we could use Sabin's... You could get away with basically no pure potions with a monk, because they can recover from pure for basically for free in combat. 2 grand, 3,500, say about 5,500, 7,000, 9,000, about 18,000. That's a lot of money. I think this is the best one. I've never really added it all up, but 18,000 is pretty solid. And I think the other 2 islands are a little bit weaker for gold. Yeah, 500 plus a couple random items. Probably around 20,000 gold. And then the last treasure one, I think it's better than the plains. Not that. I mean, not really. So there's one that gives you nearly 20,000, and then the other two are mostly garbage and vanilla. These are much better in the randomizer when you get cool stuff, but that was a really rough ambush. Let's key blasts. If we get a turn. We got lucky they didn't focus down Sabin, but... Alright. Looks like we don't get to see what Key Blast does. That's alright. That's alright. So, with our extra little bit of cash, we could get the bottle. I mean, we kind of need to go there. Well, Waterfall. We're going to do Waterfall next. Yeah, I want those Protect Rings. They're just too helpful. There are squinting Paralysks in the next dungeon. Also, I would be smart to buy the Warp Spell. Nowhere near enough money for gold bracelets yet, but, you know, we'll get there. And I suppose, in one sense, we also... We can sell the Ice Sword. We might as well... just get one Opal bracelet for free. So we don't need to buy all the gold bracelets, because Opal's not very far away. Instead of buying a gold bracelet, buy a bottle, get a free Opal. Yeah, want warp? I mean, I did warn you guys, money was going to be pretty tight for this run, so... A little bit behind on spells. Do we have... We still don't actually have level 5 Red Mage slots. I do probably want to get life here. I'm trying to play without, you know, dying, but... How's our heal potion stash? Good enough for a waterfall. Let's go. Did I... Yeah, we got our spell slots back. Okay. So this should be decent gold. And because we already did waterfall, or we already did volcano, there's not really anywhere else to go. I mean, we could go back to the ice and get treasure, but gross. That fight's pretty tough. We'll just run. Let's try. I was thinking about it. Alright, should be good. I don't expect this to be super difficult. We have the Protect Rings equipped. We can kind of just do some quick fighting while we're here. I think Mud Golems aren't really weak to anything. We can throw some random heals in. They're weak to water, but that doesn't really count. Not one-shotting, though. Sabin is. Alright. Not too bad. Remember in the original game when if you got poisoned, you got sent to the bottom of the party order? And every time you got poisoned, you had to open up this very slow sorting menu? BlueAnkylo remembers. Those were dark days. Thank you, Renaissance, for not including that feature. And the funny thing, the game didn't even restrict you from having dead people in the top slot. It just auto-sorts it when they die or are stoned or poisoned. Always putting those statuses on the bottom. Which, I guess it makes sense, but it's also really annoying to reorder. The next huge breakpoint will be when we get to level 21, I think it is. And we get 6 punches instead of 4. That's when you really start pretty reliably killing bosses in one hit. Of course, the turn order, useless. Hey, we got a counter. Did not do very much damage. Oof. Kind of pathetic here. There we go. Oh, I need to remember to try out more of the monk key stuff. Yeah. I'm just getting into the groove of just using my punch because it's pretty close to one-shotting random monsters. Depends on the monster, of course. We should try out Key Blast. I expect with 1 point it's not going to be very strong, but you know, we'll find out. And like, maybe we should try some more status stuff from the Red Mage, you know? It is kind of his thing. $130, not bad. For non-elemental, basically free attack you can do every battle. 2 out of 3 confused is pretty solid. Now that was the unboosted version. I am curious if we can see the difference here. Well, maybe not this time. Maybe. We'll only get 1 value, but a little bit of data is better than nothing. Okay, that was exactly the same as with 1 point. Am I missing something? Damage augmented by amount of ki consumed and vitality. You'd think going from 1 to 3 would make a difference. It did not seem to. But we need more data. Against birds, it might just kill them, though. And we can just burn these things. Offense. Offense. Yeah, it looks to be doing around 100 damage with 1 point, give or take. You know what? That's actually not terrible. It wasn't my pick for, you know, best item, but we just give the ribbon to the white wizard. There's no other choice. Keep the healer alive. We'll give the defense sword. You can't. Oh, you can equip it on the red wizard. All right. I was thinking it would be pretty good on Sabin just to give himself some ruse, but seeing as we can equip it and it's stronger than Ice Sword. Huh. I thought that was Knight only in FF1. I know the Red Wizard can equip the Sun Sword, but I thought he could not equip the Defense Sword. That might just be my own mistake. I guess we'll equip a Wizard Stick. Sure. We'll get a Thor's Hammer soon enough for Rosa. I could buy a Cat Claw, but like it's a huge waste of money. Okay, I need to get enough money for that bottle. We can sell a couple things. You could equip the water glove, but pro rings are better. Maybe we just take a little fight or two here. I'm still trying to get a feeling for that Key Blast. Maybe we just give that another try. It said it scaled on Vitality, which is annoying. Because it would be cool if Bluff could boost the monk special abilities, but it's very specifically intelligence and not, you know, any magic damage or skill damage. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit more than 100. Otherwise, if this doesn't do anything significantly more than 100, then it's does not seem like using 3 points is worth it. 200, 120, 240. Okay. So it might be around twice as strong, and it's just a matter of saving throw type stuff. Okay. We'll take that. Still need 10 grand. To be fair, though, double damage for spending a turn to charge isn't great. That's definitely in the realm of just do this first most of the time. Pretty good money on these. Maybe we should just... this is not a tile I usually consider to grind on. The Wiz Mummies are very good for gold, though, I think is the idea. You don't always get Wizard Mummies, but, you know, when you do... I guess I should test Convert at some point. I need to know if that's persistent between fights. I can warp out at any point, but I'll use Fire 3 here for fun. The Paralisk should not be able to kill anybody anymore. So really the only thing that can get us is like stone, and we can recover from that. This is pretty good value. Let me try my skill. Convert. So how does this work? Like level 1 to level 4? So it's self-target only. Save that. I guess he still has to spend a turn to do that, so if we run away or something, it won't trigger. Or if we kill everything too fast. If we kill everything too fast. So I expect that didn't happen. Yeah. Okay, a little bit annoying, but fine. Try again. Okay, suddenly we're all nearly dead. That's great. We're just gonna try not to die. Unfortunately. Ambushed and Wizard Mummy's hitting hard, so... Come on, guys, don't die now. Alright. Let's get out of here, save, and figure out what we're doing from there. I wanted to do some more science, but I also don't want to have any deaths. So, house. We'll use a cabin to heal a little bit, and then a house to restore spell charges. Okay. Frigators. These hit way too hard to mess around with. They might be weak to lightning, but I never remember. They're not actually frost gators. They're just white alligators. They're not actually related to ice at all. I mean, you could go for one of the funny spells, like Confuse. Man, the damage. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't normally use those spells, so my understanding of how effective they are might be way off baseline. Because, like, when the Red Mage started hitting with those, I'm like, wow, it must be the Red Mage ability. But, you know, maybe that's just how the spell always worked. Yeah, the problem is I usually think level 4 slots are way better for fast and ice too early on. So, it's hard to use a status affliction spell that can be resisted when you've got, you know, really good stuff. Okay, we still need to check out the Red Wizard skill. Sure, let's try it here. Level 1 to level 5, I guess. I guess this might be how he casts level 8 spells. If he never gets a level 8 spell slot, you might have to convert. Oh, you need to spell in that level to do it, though. Okay. Learning. I don't know why I would cast a Confuse spell when I can just get it for free. I wonder if you're intelligent. Maybe that's what's happening. Okay, yeah, we did just swap number of spells. That's cool. But yeah, the The Wizard Staff may be actually good. Maybe really good on the Red Wizard. But if it is boosted, if the accuracy is boosted by your intelligence, that's something I think happy about. And just to double check, yeah, it's persistent. So 7 out of 3. I assume if we use an in, it just resets it, so you can't like have 9 out of 9 and 9 out of 1 and everything. But we'll test that as well once we get to an in. This fight's gonna suck. Can't really do anything yet. One day we'll have, maybe I should just put re-raise on someone. I don't know. One day we'll have some Invis 2 and stuff, and that'll help this kind of fight. Sweeper's still sweeping good, though. I mean, we didn't get ambushed was the main thing. Alright. Potion time. Or bottle time. Yeah, we sold some stuff. The Red Wizard cannot equip the fire shields. Just to double check. So, worthless. Do we have any gear to sell? I think the Ice and Fire Sword, it's time. It's their time. Sell all this junk. And armor. Water glove is really not worth very much, but sure. I mean, it's literally nothing. Unfortunate. Alright, so waterfall complete, bottle for the fairy complete. Only choice now is water shrine, really. Also cube get, technically. How's my money? What do we want to buy? Do we have level 6 slots yet? No. I've already got Lightning 3, but no way to actually use it. Now, I do have Warp, so a trip to the Mermaids is pretty safe. Well, the escape is pretty safe. There's a lot of money on the Mermaid floor, so that's probably worth it. Not a lot of gold bracelets yet, just the one. We need 3 more, but we're gonna get the opal. Okay. I've got that silver dagger as well. That doesn't matter. Okay. Did I go to the inn? No, I want to find out for sure how that works. I would expect it just resets your spells. That's certainly sensible. Yeah, of course. So it's persistent until you rest. So you can always have... I guess the most efficient is to use all your high-level spells, keep and not use your low-level spells, and then convert them up once it's at 0. Also, we do have a level 5 spell finally for him, so let's go pick something up. I'm gonna maybe have to do a little grinding between episodes, because there's just not enough money right now for all the spells we need to buy. Not even really close. In terms of magic for a red wizard, we do get access to life after promotion, but nothing else. Cure 3 and life. I mean, a second life caster isn't bad, so it's backup. Otherwise, we've got Fire 3, which is pretty solid. Bane. Warp. A second Warp caster is not as important, because we can theoretically raise them from the dead. But it is good. I think I will want the Red Wizard to have slow, just because it's a status affliction spell, so it should be pretty accurate. Which means I guess the Black Wizard gets Bane. Which can be good, certainly. I wonder if Bane is considered enfeebling? It's a negative status effect, it's death. If Bane hits, you die, so maybe that's good on the Red Wiz, actually. But that limits... I only get the 3 slots, right? So if I wanted Bane and Slow 2 and Fire, then I don't get Life. I think Life is worth it. So we can skip Cure 3, I think. It's not that high a level spell. Like, it's not that amazing. And then I guess we skip... Maybe we skip Slow 2 on the Red Wizard, right? It's not... I would rather... If you can do extra effectiveness, Death is better than slowing. And we already have Slow, just the other version. Alright, that's kind of my play here. Fire 3 Warp. So that means I'm just... In terms of broad selection, I'll give the Slow 2 spell to the Black Wizard. And Tella is going to go... What did I say? Fire 3... Bane and Life. You can't buy them all. Let's get Life for now. And then we'll also need to pick up probably Harm 3 for Roses. So even just getting level 5 magic, we're still 16,000 gold away from that, not counting gold bracelets. And we will need 20,000 times 9 for level 6 spells. Yeah, you can see the money maybe is a bit of a problem with this group. Oh well. We are getting to the point in the game where grinding battles do drop a lot of golds once we get to water and sky. And we're pretty underleveled, so it wouldn't hurt us to get a couple levels. We do have that Zeus's Gauntlet. Everyone can do damage now, right? We can just spam some AoEs here. Not too bad. One-shotting Saber-Tooth Tigers with Fire 3 is pretty solid. I kind of recall these fights with the worms and wyverns being basically not worth your resources. They don't drop enough, so I'm not going to bother. We should probably stock on heal potions, though, before we do anything too scary. Money problems. Yeah, we're not even really going to look at level 7 spells right now. It's pretty far away. Okay, us little baby low-level but promoted characters. Let's do this. So we really should be taking fights. Man, the damage Sabin takes is kind of disgusting. Just the damage everybody takes. And this is not even New Game Plus mode. Like, that's the sad part is this is default. That's 1/10 of a level 6 spell. And some scarf that no one can equip. Okay, Gur sharks are pretty grievous sharks. Maybe you go for Confuse again? I actually think they have somewhat decent magic defense. But hey, 2 for 2, not bad. Confuse is so much better than Sleep. Like, sure, they can wake up instantly, but just hitting themselves is great. And hitting them doesn't, like, unconfuse them. They have to break out of it on their own. Okay, good. We actually wanted the encounter one step here, because this means the longest run for the next encounter on the scary floor. Good job, Zeus Glove. Nice to have that for this dungeon, for sure. Alright, here we go. Here we go. HP is not great. I'm gonna pick up the Opal Armor because I want to sell it. Actually, Wizard Staff, yeah. Why am I casting Confuse when I can just try for free? I often sell the Wizard Staff because, like, it's decent selling And I don't usually like status spells in vanilla, but trying new things. And if it hits consistently, at least semi-consistently, then I'll say it's worth. Okay, I'm very confident no one can equip. But I'm also very confident that it's good to sell. Now, we're going to run out of inventory slots, or just die. Let's try Key Blast, Fire, Harm, Fire 3. Good turn order, thank you. Alright, good job, Vivi. No problem, nothing to worry about. Ghosts. Yeah. Good XP, good... Keep testing that wizard staff for a little bit longer. Wouldn't say I'm having an amazingly high success rate out of it, but every now and then it works. Saves us a hit or something. Light axe, not super valuable for this group, I don't think. Mage staff, though, lovely. Yes. Probably want to use that more than the heal staff. Technically, equipping the wizard staff, though, is fine. Yeah. I think the red mage, it's always tricky with the red mage. Like, I can give them casting items, but their physical swing, like, their just default melee swing is really not bad, so... I mostly just use spellcasting items when I don't want to spend a spell slot on a random encounter and maybe don't have a good skill or anything. Just so I don't spend as long in the menu using heal potions. And, I mean, there's always these fights with way too many Sahags that are unrunnable. This fight, also in terms of things I would change, doesn't need to be unrunnable. I don't know why this is a fight you can't escape from. It's unnecessary. In a group with Lightning 2, you're fine, but you might not have Lightning 2. You might be doing a solo run without a Black Wizard. Alright, I'm gonna default to... Our front row character really needs some defense, because they keep getting crushed. And then the white mage, and then the red or black. But yeah, now we only need 2 gold bracelets. I don't think the satin scarf actually sells for very much, and we're gonna find some other opal gear that we can take out to sell. Also some custom loot. But yeah, we do get a pretty good gold amount looting the mermaids. It's my gold now, woman. Okay, and then slab. I wonder if we should pick up the early mirage gear before we go to the bottom of water. I'm gonna say caps don't matter. We can make more money and we'll get ribbons soon enough. Alright. So now we warp out. It's kind of a waste to warp on that floor, I know, but I've got enough charges. I just don't want to have to deal with any more ghosts. They stink. Right, didn't have any extra warps. That's fine. This floor doesn't matter. Yeah, we're doing solid. Alright, good mermaid dip. Happy with that. We rest. We should be getting level 6 spells. or gold bracelets. Passive upgrades I generally like more than spells I don't necessarily use. Well, we'll find out. We'll go to Melman, translate the slab or whatever, and we'll sell our stuff to see how much money we're actually playing with here. I think the light axe is worthless. It does give you free harm too, but in this party, basically worthless. Heal staff, mage staff, wizard staff, all good enough for now. We're not going to get any value from the opal armor. It's worth tons. That's really good. Opal helmet is okay. We want to hold on to the glove. Yeah, we made some cash in there. That's pretty solid. We do have enough to buy 2 gold bracelets. And 1 level 6 spell. And 1 level 5 spell. Okay, I want to get Bane while we're here, right? So Red Wiz, Bane spell. Black Wiz is loaded up. You're good. We got 1 more White Mage spell, which is probably not all that exciting, but we'll pick it up. Oh, Harm 3, I guess, right? I would say, for the most part, we save our level 5 slots for life, but... Oh, I already know that? Oh, I never picked up Cure 3. Interesting. I usually put Cure 3 on the first slot, actually. That's funny. I guess I just didn't prioritize it much. Okay, that leaves me with enough money for 2 gold bracelets, or I could start buying level 6 spells. I mean, I kind of have... There's Exit. Yeah. As long as we've got a couple warps, that's not a big deal. It's Fog 2, Soft, Ice 2, and Exit for white, which is not too exciting. It's Lightning 3, and then a bunch of black magic I never think of. I think we translate, or well, we take our new language and get the chime. Can you confuse a dinosaur? No. Single target damage a bit weak. Try again. Okay, 0 for 2, not looking good. More dinosaurs. Let's try... Yeah, we'll just do some damage. Overthinking. 242 damage is still more than my marshals are able to do. And this is good XP. This is, hey, we're finally doing the Peninsula Power Grind, sort of. Alright, we'll just, do a little burning here. No problem. I'll save, though, just because I don't want to have to heal too much. And then die and lose it. Alright, we're good for talking... Yeah. We're nowhere near level 8 magic, so we'll have to come back for that. But I will say I'm pretty excited to life 2 it up. And also to nuke it up. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, there's one other thing that I forgot about. We got promoted, right? Was it this episode? There is the promotion quests. I sort of forgot about those. Let's go have a look at those before we go back to water. Or Mirage. It might be nice to go to Mirage to get like more money to sell, basically. First couple floors, pretty easy, and you do get a lot of value. But I want to see those quests. Because I'm pretty sure there's some abilities we're missing. Not every Renaissance job has an amazing upgrade. Like, some of them are just like, by the way, you can buy ninja scrolls. Or, hey, you should go search all over the place or something. Whatever it said for thieves. I guess thieves was buy ninja scrolls, yeah. But... And like the Paladin's quest seemed pretty weak. Unless I was missing something. Switching the Excalibur for a shield. Switching Excalibur plus Aegis shield for a weaker shield was not exciting. But yeah, let's take a little look-see at our quests. For the monk. Okay, you became a master. There's a rumor that the final test is at Castle Ordeals, back there. In a remote town, a secret you'll find. 2 doors stand a front, but only grass behind. To see what only red can use, knock thrice behind the wall, then purchase what you choose. Okay, we have a riddle? 2 doors, grass behind, remote town. So you'd think that's going to be Lefane, but could be Gaia. I mean, all the towns are remote in their own way. 2 doors a front, grass behind, knock thrice behind the wall. It sounds like Lefane. The world's greatest cleric perished when a clinic was destroyed. That's not going to be very hard to find. If I had lived alone as long as she has, I might be a bit cranky too, but you're a black wizard now. Those are actually both very easy, so we'll do those for sure. There's only like 1 lady in the entire game. 2. Princess Sarah and Matoya. It's pretty hard to mess this up. What a sore excuse for a black wizard. I bet you don't even know how to prime a spell, I ain't showing you. She shows you. So we got a noob skill. Maybe I'll like this one more than the last one. Boost the base damage of an element by 50% for each spell of the same element cast by this character. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Long fight, fire 2, fire 2, fire 2, fire 2. It just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. The only question is, does that count spell items or only like spell slot casting? And there might be some other questions, but that's the first question. You know where the destroyed clinic was. I feel like these quests are very easy. In the rubble, you find a diary protected by a magical spell. You're able to open it. You find the notes of a master cleric detailing a lost healing technique. Getting all these skills. We now have Revivalist. And this one's good. Cast Life and Life 2 in combat. Now, if you're used to modern Final Fantasies, that's fine. But in NES, FF1, no siree. If you're dead till out of battle. So that's very strong. Anything else buried here? Just in case. Okay, good. I mean, we got a little bit of time left. With the Ordeals and I think Lefane. Although he said purchase, which might be you need a lot of money, and I got some money. But let's try that again. Besides, we could definitely use a little bit more levels in gold anyway. So taking a few fights up here in the high level area is totally fine. Sabin needs all the levels. The classic monk experience. We'll do Key Blast, Fire 2, Lightning 2, Fire 2. 1 fire, 2 gets the job done. Some giants. Okay. We could try like Bane, you know, we're gonna learn a little bit about, does the red mage have a good poison kill accuracy? 1, 2, 3 out of 3. That's a good start. In terms of difficulty to kill, giants are average magic defense. 120 is decent. It's not super low or anything. They're not resistant to poison or anything, so just somebody with 120 magic resistance or defense just seems to die. Okay, so if this is the town, 2 doors with grass behind. I mean, there's grass behind, but there's only... It said remote town. It said knock thrice on the wall behind. Oh, 2 doors. These. This is it. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it. We come behind them? Look at this. This is awesome. Don't tell anyone I showed you this, okay? That makes sense. Random status effect on each foe bypassing resistances. That sounds really good. I mean, random could be garbage. You could get poisoned. But bypassing resistances is nice. And that seems to stack with the red mage's ability. Okay, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, of course. Ultimate magic. Usually red mages don't learn level 8 spells, so that's kind of funny. Or red wizards don't, that is. I think they get like 1 of the level 7 spells, but basically they get up to 5 and 6-ish. And they start they don't get much at level 6, like maybe just 2, and then it's just 1 at level 7. I think it's lightning 3 and ice 3 or something like that. But anyway, that's fine. I guess we are running out of time, but maybe we can also figure out the monk side quest while we're doing cool stuff. Seems like that poison's working already. Counter is much weaker than your normal punch. Maybe at like level 50 that will feel good, but at the moment it doesn't do enough, I don't think. So I want to get all my spells back. I guess I could have just used a house, but... Well, you know what? I think we're making enough money. Yeah, let's go for those gold bracelets while we're here. Yeah, we're making pretty good bucks just doing these little trips. Getting some side quests. That should be all the weapons and armor we're going to buy. Unless I buy a cat claw, but, you know, whatever. And we're still going to need a ton of money for spells, so... Got to keep taking fights. That's terrifying. Run, run, flee, you fools. Fly, you fools, I guess, technically. Right now, I just want to get to ordeals. I think we started the episode at ordeals, so ending the episode at ordeals sounds great. But we're going to try to do the monk quest, whatever it is. It might be a fight that we can't win yet, because we're not super high level, but... Don't kill it, please. No, my XP! I could reset, I guess. But we already messed it up once by having the white mage die. That doesn't count as a death, but we do lose XP, which throws off the sync if you had it. Dang. Gotta put tents down all the time if you're gonna avoid that. Alright. Black belt. New wizard. You left this place a monk and returned a master. But to truly earn the title, you must pass one final challenge. But be warned, your friends may not aid you. Oh, this is probably bad. Well, let's see how bad it is. Okay, a rock golem and 3 new enemies. Well, the slime is old. So... How much does Key Blast do? Not enough. So we boost and try again? If we're alive? I'm not... We're definitely taking damage. Okay, well we didn't get a chance there. Okay, so you come back at 1. Interesting. We really might not be high enough level, but yeah, I'll give it a try. I mean, we could also open with like a limit to try to one-shot whatever you think is the most dangerous. Maybe the rock golem? Maybe the slime would be better? I don't know. The statue uses close-in, which seems to be like bypassing defense. Come on, Key Blast. I only got 1. Maybe I should one-shot the statue, or at least that's the priority. Seems to be, yeah. Okay. This might be actually more of a puzzle fight than a, like, you can out-level it, probably, but... So let's try getting rid of the statue, then. If the... Oh, he's actually very tanky. Maybe he's the real boss. Yeah. So much for just instantly... So much for easily beating a statue. Now, I have fought these before, but the natural experience would be you don't know how strong they are, right? But, let's look. So, a statue is 300 hit points. Lots of absorb. Resist most things. Okay. Just uses close-in all the time. I mean, maybe we can win? I feel like the limit does... It has a chance to kill it, maybe? Like, 300 is the target. How close are we? Well, okay. Being slowed on turn 1, I think, is the death knell. You can't have that. I probably could have given the ribbon over, actually. We'll try that, too. 229. It's not that far off. But we're definitely dead this time. Okay. Hold on. I should have moved the ribbon over already. Let's save, so I have to do that over and over again, because I have a feeling we're not going to win this fight yet. Definitely, probably come back at level 20, because you're going to get 6 attacks. You're going to get a lot more punches at level 20. Okay. Focus Strike. Come on. Big damage. 133. That's... I feel like I was doing way better the first couple tries. Yeah, that close-in is crushing me. Maybe I just got lucky and he didn't use it immediately was the difference. I'm going to try Boost Key Blast. Because we don't get very many turns. I might... Maybe I should be doing Boost Attack, but... Or just Combo, but... I want to try that. There's lots of them, right? So... Yeah, it's that closing. Let's try a combo on the statue to see how much damage that does. I mean, there's only so many things we can do, and if nothing works, then we'll give up. 5 hits, 5 damage. Alright, let's not even bother. So it's got enough armor absorbed that we can't do anything. That's why you need the Key Blast. But I think the limit plus a Key Blast could kill it. It just needs to not kill me instantly, basically. Yeah, 200. We've already seen the Key Blast do around 100. No dice. And that's too many turns. Probably gonna have to come back. Dang it. I'll give it a couple more tries here at the end, but... I think we need a good limit roll. And then a good Key Blast. Yeah, 3 is not... I don't think that's going to be enough. 133. Also, how dare they blind me? I have a ribbon. Yeah, we can't. You literally can't damage it with a normal attack. It'll be the same with the slime. It has a ton of absorb as well. Maybe we should be going Ki Blast first? I don't know. I think it can kill the oil. And maybe the rock golem? 140. I mean, if we limit early on and get this guy instantly, maybe we have a chance? Of course not. Yeah, I'd like to see a run where I can do a good Ki Blast level 3 and a limit on the statue. If that's not enough, then it's just too difficult. It's not looking good on this run. That was a really low roll, but we got the rock golem this time. Might be better to get rid of him than the oil. Yeah. It's pretty close. I mean, you could also try healing, but I don't think our chakra is going to heal us nearly enough. So there's a chance that you could do level 3 Ki Blast at our current level and kill the oil and the rock gall, do maybe 200 damage to the statue, and then kill it easily. Ooh, we even got this. So it could kill anything with a good roll. Anything but the statue can be killed by a level 3 Ki Blast at our level. But we're not getting enough combined damage there. I mean, if I can get 2 turns, maybe. If we get a chance, this should do it. There you go, easy. Just don't get hit. New job trait, channeling. Channeling. Converts enemy life force into energy. You gain 1 ki. Yeah, 1 ki every time you defeat an enemy with a regular attack. You know what? I like that. I think that's a nice little upgrade. Not too hard to get and actually useful. Because I don't like spending a turn or wasting a turn charging. But this gives me a way of... I mean, in a long fight, I think most of the time we're just going to punch things to death. But like, yeah, we're not doing left. You actually have to get the kill. Because that doesn't count. But if you get the kill, which once we get a few more levels, he'll one-tap basically everything. That means like a guaranteed key point every turn against random enemies. Not against bosses. The turn order is just brutal here. But, like, yeah, I definitely need a little bit more levels on him. I'm not sure how good it actually is, because against a boss, you're not getting kills. And against enemies you can kill, you're probably not really using your moves, right? Like, you want to start with Ki Blast, not kill everything and then Ki Blast. That's not helping. Right? I don't know. It's not like it's bad. It's just, I guess you might, like, kill one enemy and then get a free chakra, which is just nice for sustainable healing. Something like that is okay. Assuming you don't have a black wizard that's killing everything. Oh, he got a bunch... I would have messed up my XP curve no matter what, because he had to solo fight that. That was always going to put him ahead of the group. Well, if you've got a... I guess you could skip the quests, if you want to keep everyone's XP perfectly balanced. But, you know. Almost free. An Ankylo. Sure, we can fight an Ankylo. I guess you could, like, refresh a limit or something like that. I'll just use them all. I don't think Mana Font is very good, but... Full healing, awesome. Combo, not great. Refreshing someone else's... I guess that's a good way for the red wizard. You get, like, 2 full heals out of the red and white wizard or something. That's pretty solid. Yeah, theoretically, we cast our spells with no slot costs. It's hard to imagine when that's all that valuable, but... it's there if I ever decide I want it. I haven't used Elemental Seal yet, either. Well, maybe we'll never see it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would have been better off just, you know, doing some damage there. Anyway, we are certainly over time for our episode. The good news is we basically finished all the side quests. The last one is just the Red Mage's level 8 spells, which I guess technically you could learn and then convert over already. So we could do that right now for a little bit of money. Yeah. You don't have to wait till you get level 8 slots because we can do the conversion. I mean, that might be worth it. We'll need a little bit of money, but we'll deal with that next episode. So, maybe I will pick that up a little bit early. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for some more Renaissance. BlueAnkylo out.